first show of the year. That's how we do. We flex it. Thank you so much, Andy. Seriously, thank you everyone for coming in. Appreciate that, single girl. It's been nice. Took a little break from streaming for a couple days, and now I'm like so excited to see everyone. I appreciate the support. I'm in Cole. There's a lot of premieres up in here, and yeah, seriously, I appreciate you guys being here so much. Thank you more. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Well, just like, some people you need to rise from the ashes. That is legitimately one of my favorite gifts in the world. Thank you so much. What a way to start the show. And yeah, just like this, Ducky's busting out and flexing on us. We're going to be flexing. Space Pinup is here. So thankful. Seriously, Space Pinup, I'm so happy that you said yes to be the special guest tonight. Like, so excited to do this show with you. For those requesting the guest box, couldn't be the wrong time more. Like, not the time. But there will possibly be time later in the show if you have questions. Let's see what happens. Okay. Thank you so much, Jameson, for the level up. I didn't know what could happen here. Gabby, thank you for being here. So, man, I'm just like so excited to be with you guys, getting choked up about it. So tonight's a big one. Tonight's show, it's all about rewiring our relationship blueprint. So it's like the perfect show to start the new year, because we're going to talk about creating a healthy relationship blueprint. We're going to talk about maybe past patterns where we've gotten into some issues in the past and how we can change it for the future. You will see Blake get very vulnerable. I've already said I will be a test subject. So Dr. Morgan, she's going to analyze me. And so I always put myself out, for the benefit of others. So stay tuned for that. And again, our special guest tonight is the one and only Space Pinup. I'll say it publicly. I absolutely love Choff. Thank you, man. I'm so excited that Space Pinup will be here. She'll talk about her past. She will be a special guest. And then we have Dr. Morgan. So we're just waiting for her real quick. I mean, this is my favorite part, so I'll just keep saying hi to people. Who's spinning wheels up in here? And thank you guys so much. It may get a little chilly, so if you're in somewhere cold, put on something warm up a little bit. We are going to have an amazing show. Let's do this. Put something in the comments if you yourself maybe have experienced something in your past that you now see currently is affecting your future relationships. So if that's you, put a yes in the comments. If something from your past, you see something happen in your past and now it's constantly coming up now in your future. Okay. Yeah, I'm 100% on that board for that. Here's the thing, okay? This show, I love talking to you guys. I absolutely love it. But Love Quest is a two-man show. I get to be joined by, I'll say it, one of the greatest co-hosts of all time and just one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She's a clinical psychologist, a relationship coach, top 20 podcast on dating, Dr. Morgan.
Hello, Blake.
I'm saying it publicly. I miss you so much.
I miss you too. I can't believe, it's been 2 weeks. It felt like forever since our show. So I'm so happy to be back.
Was that 2 weeks or was that legitimately 3 weeks ago?
I guess it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks ago. Yeah, crazy.
3 whole weeks. Oh my gosh. I missed you all so much. I am so ready for tonight. Cannot wait. And it's 2021. We're in a whole new year.
This is the perfect time to talk about our subject tonight. I think we saved this for the right time to talk about how to create like a healthy relationship blueprint. Like, we need a plan for this year. We need to know what to do this year. So we, for those looking for love, we're not repeating maybe the same patterns we've had year after year. Like, what can we do different?
This is the perfect time for us to be talking about this. Actually, the research says that the first Sunday of a new year is always the time when there's the most people active on dating apps and dating websites. Like the first couple weeks of January, the use of dating apps and websites goes up by 25 to 50% because people are going into the new year and they are so aware that love is a goal. So doing this show, yeah, it's like doing this show right now. We couldn't be doing it at a better time. I'm so excited.
So pumped. Yeah, for those just joining, welcome. Like, this is the first Love Quest of the year. We are starting out. This is Dr. Maureen, clinical psychologist, relationship coach. We are talking about creating a healthy relationship blueprint because we're hitting the gym, Dr. Maureen. We're all ready to get in shape. You know,
yeah.
We signed up for our gym membership by coming to Love Quest. We've now signed up for our love membership, and we just want to know what's the plan here.
Yeah. And, you know, I think the interesting thing is like so many of us can make a resolution, whether it's getting fit or finding love. And we're like, okay, this is the year I'm going to do it. But if we don't do the internal work and we don't change our identity to become that person who meets those goals, then we never hit our resolutions. So guess what? It's the same with love. It's the same with love as it is getting in shape. You have to change your identity.
Space Pinup, our star guest, says exactly. So she is completely on board with you.
Love it. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Like, what is your relationship blueprint?
You know, some people are like Santa, you know, they have something and then it just goes away. So.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Look at this.
Like I said, new year, new body. You know.
New year, new body. Oh, I love it. So your relationship blueprint is basically your current way of showing up in relationships, aka like what is your current belief structure? What is the current way that you navigate relationships?
Got it. Okay. Got it.
So here's the deal. Like your blueprint actually was developed it's been being developed from the moment you were born. It's the accumulation of all of your experiences throughout your life and in all of your past relationships.
Got it. So it's not just specifically romantic. There are other factors in play here from birth, from your just relationship with friends. No matter how cold it gets, like there are impact to you. Got it.
Exactly. Yeah. So here's the thing. A lot of people are operating in their current relationships with no awareness of what that blueprint is.
Yes.
So then you're like, this is when people come to me and they say, oh my gosh, I always date people who won't commit. Or why is it that all the people I date are unfaithful? You know? Or why is it that every time I get to the 3-month mark with someone, I get terrified and I immediately end the relationship? So there's all of these blueprints that are unconscious and you can repeat them over and over unless we change it. So that's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about how to rewire your relationship blueprint.
That makes so much sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's like you want to get healthy, but you're going to the gym, you don't know how to use the equipment, and you're still eating the wrong thing. You know, so you haven't done the fundamental stuff right.
Yes.
You know, so
I love this metaphor. You're like going to the gym, but you're still gaining weight, and you're like, why am I still gaining weight? I'm doing all the things.
Again, thank you guys so much. We've had a bunch of new people come in. Thank you guys so much. You are tuned into Love Quest. This is the first show of the year, and we are talking about defining your relationship blueprint for the year.
Yes, so exciting. This is the perfect first show of the year. So ready for it. So what I want to say too is that there's really some easy steps on looking at doing this work. So knowing the steps is easy, but actually doing it is difficult. So I kind of want to distinguish that, which is why a lot of times people get, a coach, or they get a therapist, or they get help in doing the work. Obviously, I'm not giving you all direct therapy, but I want to try to give you some kind of guidelines so that you can work on rewiring your relationship blueprint.
I love it. What you're saying is there's no magic pill to finding love. This is not something where you watch this episode, you're going to go find love tomorrow. However, you're going to get some tools, and if you implement them every day, if you commit to the process. I'm guilty of not committing sometimes as well. We are committed. Everyone in this right here, we are committing right now that we are committed to that process. Now you're just teaching us what is the process. We're committed.
Exactly.
We don't, what are we committed to?
Yeah. And you may need to, learn this framework that I'm going to share with you, but then also dig deeper and learn it again and again. So let's do it. Who's ready?
Do it. Yeah, drop a 1 if you're ready to join Dr. Morgan and I on the journey. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let us know that you are here. Oh my gosh, we have amazing people here.
I saw Corey was here. Queen Boss is here. Of course, Jameson, the show of our very last
Incredible
show.
people. For those, I did a bouncer reset on Monday, I think it was. So anyone who's not read, sorry, I will make you read after this show. And T-Bone is very excited. He dropped a 4. So he's like,
yay, Shaky Noodles here.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a great group. Oh, yeah. Awesome. I know you said Space Pinup is here. Yay. Okay, let's do it. The first step, you might know this, the first step in rewiring your relationship blueprint is awareness.
Yep.
Number 1 is awareness. What are you doing currently?
I like it. Okay. What are you doing?
So,
cool.
Yep. Step 1 is awareness. And I talk about this a little bit more in depth in my one-on-one coaching and my private course that I have.
Yep.
One tool is the relationship inventory, where you actually take an inventory of your past relationships. So this goes under awareness, y'all. So awareness, and then a subheading, relationship inventory. Take a look at your past relationships. Look for patterns. Notice. Notice what happened in your past relationships. How did you feel in them? I saw
I like that a lot. Jameson said, my inventory is at its top. That's actually pretty good. Like, some people may be deflated because of their past. And yeah, it's good to acknowledge that. So that actually is a really good thing.
So awareness, you need awareness. One tool for that is use the relationship inventory. Okay, so that's step 1.
Perfect. Awareness. So now
I'm speeding through it. Yeah.
That's cool. Now we are aware. We are, in tune with what's going on.
So step 2, we need to be able to release and let go of the past.
Release and let go. Got it.
Yeah. And here's the thing with this. It takes some really intentional work to do it. And a lot of us don't want to feel the pain that's necessary to do it. So we avoid. But then the past is still there. And then it just keeps showing up. So then we go into suffering, long-term suffering, because our past is still showing up in our life. Would you prefer long-term suffering or going through a temporary pain that enables you to let go of the past so you can then move forward and live a healthy new life, right? That's really your choice.
That's really good. Later in the show, we will do our famed music section. If I was doing one for this one, I maybe would have chose Linkin Park, Numb.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good.
You're just numbing the pain. And by numbing, I'm so guilty of this. This is probably, to be honest, this is probably one of my biggest ones. Every day I feel like I'm numbing a lot instead of acknowledging a lot.
I really appreciate you acknowledging that, Blake, because I know everyone sees you as like super positive, and you are, right? Like that's who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
But the acknowledgement that, yeah, we can be showing up that way and still have stuff that we haven't really dealt with or that we're avoiding. So I also think that it's so common. Like, have compassion for yourself. I think everybody in here can relate to having a past relationship that has felt hard to let go of.
Yes.
Right? Like every single person. So you are not alone. So for letting go, my subheading to that is self-compassion. Give yourself so much compassion for the past. What's up, Chris?
Great to see you, Chris. So is this number 3 or this is all related to number 2?
This is related to number 2.
Man, number 2's a big one. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So self-compassion, know that you did the best that you could
Like it.
at the time. You used the relationship tools that you had at the time, right?
Yep.
And then there's a key phrase I want you to remember for letting go of the past. I'm going to say it.
I was going to try to guess it, but I probably will get it.
Yeah, go for it.
The past is just a small piece of your overall life.
Very good. Very
All right,
good.
hit us with the real stuff.
I thought you might sing Frozen, Let It Go. Like you might just like belt out into that. That's what I was waiting for.
That would have been good. All right, hit us with the real stuff again. That's why I have Dr. Morgan here.
Okay, so the saying is, my past relationships do not determine my future ones.
Yes, love it.
Or something like, my past relationships have no impact on my future ones. Whatever, statement really hits home for you, you want to be able to internalize that your past has no impact on your future relationships. Because so many of us get in that place, right, Blake?
So fair.
Mm-hmm.
No, so fair. And it's like, too, like a lot of us, like me, who went on a discovery journey. It's like, I'm such a different dude than back in my previous relationship. So that's also, too, I'm like judging myself 4 years, 4 or 5 years ago as if today.
Yes.
I'm a very different person. I'd still be friends with me 5 years ago. That guy was really cool. But, I'm very different now. Yeah.
You're a different person. Exactly. Yeah. So compassion for that previous version of you, compassion for the past relationship, knowing that it's always two people. It's always the dynamic. It's never one person's fault. Right? Like some relationships, the dynamic just doesn't work. Okay. And then knowing that those past relationship experiences have no impact on your future.
Love it. We had some amazing people just come in. We'll recap it afterwards. We're going over, is it 4 steps?
3.
Okay. Oh, 3. So we're going over the 3 steps for creating your relationship blueprint.
Yes. So after you have let go of the past, you basically have a blank slate, right?
Yep.
So the 3rd step is to rewire your brain. And this is the fun part. This is where you get to say, how do I want to feel in a relationship? What does a healthy relationship look like to me? Or if you've heard me say this, what is the relationship culture that I want to have, right? What are the standards? How do I want to feel? What is the culture like? And feel into it, visualize it, and get absolute clarity on that.
This is so good. I've also started to really believe in the rewiring your brain, by the way. I'm not going to lie. It's been like working. It's kind of crazy. It works. Like
it does.
I'll just be doing something, like I'll be doing a task and I'll just like get down and then I'll just start thinking of like some good thoughts, or I'll be thinking like, I don't know, me and my future partner on a cruise ship, like in love, and my mood changes. There's a lot of truth in this. So I'm a big fan, right? Of this rewire your brain. I really am.
It is So
It's crazy.
powerful. One thing that I added recently to this part is actually being able to feel into what it feels like to be in that relationship.
Yeah.
And a cool thing that I added too is how can you send love to your partner even now? Like knowing that they're out there, they want to be with you just as badly as you want to be with them. How can you send them some love in the present moment, even if you haven't met them yet?
That's awesome. Sorry,
Isn't that cool?
That is so good. Man, that's a good one. Okay,
I
I've not
know.
done that. I make that promise. I will do that this week. That's an awesome
I feel like
one.
that's such a Blake thing. Like I feel like
Yeah.
you'd be into it.
Send love in the present to your future partner because they're going
Yeah.
through some stuff now too. They may have had a tough day. This world's a little interesting right now, so sending some love to them,
Exactly.
that's beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that, it's basically this acknowledgement that they are there. Like you're acknowledging, yeah, they're there. I just haven't met them yet. Okay, I need a tiny intermission. Blue is chewing on something. My dog. Hold on.
Get Blue. I'm going to
Okay.
recap for you guys. By the way, we
Thank
love
you.
Blue. Please show Blue. So for those just coming into the show, welcome. We are going over defining your relationship blueprint, and there are 3 steps. Here's the thing. I really recommend getting a notebook for this show. Like, okay, no matter what I say, we got to say hi to Blue. Blue in the house. Blue is look at Blue, getting bigger.
Oh.
Is it fair to say getting a little bigger?
Well, his hair got floofed today, so I don't know if it's the hair or he's actually bigger.
Oh my God.
Were you
Blue.
just about to summarize? I'm excited.
I was, but Blue deserves a little attention. I cannot wait to meet Blue one day. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, I love that. Quick summary for those just coming in and those here. We will save the castle dance for later. I will go over the top 3 steps in defining your relationship blueprint.
Yes.
So number 1, awareness. So just being aware, of the patterns that you've had previously and how they're affecting you today. So just having some awareness.
Yes.
And you can do this also. I have done this before. It is a relationship inventory. I think I called you after it. I called you after that. I was like, oh my, because you really do get in touch with yourself. It takes some time, like to really, write down all your relationships, write about them. So very, very impactful. Awareness. Number 2, to falling in love, just like those hearts, but we want long-term love, not, actually, it's very important. Release and go. So now we have awareness. Let's actually lean into some of these, things that are affecting us, our past relationships. Mm-hmm. Let's acknowledge them. Let's understand they have hurt us in the past. They have hurt us. Let's acknowledge it. Let's lean into it. Let's potentially meditate on it. Another 2021 goal of Blake, meditate a bit more, but and then have some self-compassion. Relationships can hurt sometimes, especially if they have not gone wrong. Let's acknowledge that it has happened, but let's not take away from us being amazing people. We are still great people, okay? I'm a great dude. You're a great person. Just because you had a previous relationship that did not go exactly as planned, do not take that away from the fact that you're an amazing person and you are special and you will find someone of love. So there's that. And then number 3, this is the Dr. Morgan I did not know about, and you have really taught me a lot about this, which is rewiring your brain. It sounds a little, you would acknowledge it too. It sounds a little frou-frou, but it's actually not. It's like Blue's hair. It's all, it's fluffy and stuff.
Yeah.
No. It's actually not, it works.
Yeah, it does.
And so I think what I'm learning too with these 3 steps, especially with rewiring their brain, it's going to take some work because you need to define what does your perfect, or what does a great relationship look like to you? What is the relationship culture you're looking for? Define what a beautiful relationship looks like to you, really write that out, and then lean into it. I just want to say one more thing and then back to you, because this is one of my favorite things you've ever seen. You want to feel what it's like to be in love, and then also, this one's so good, send love to that future partner of yours, even if you're single as can be, like Blake, send love to that future partner. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to bring so much wonderful energy to you.
It does.
Brilliant. Talk to us.
Great summary, Blake. Wonderful. Wonderful. So one of the ways I want you to think about this is it's an ongoing practice. It's not like you're going to just walk through those 3 steps that we outlined. You're going to just do it once and then it's done, right? Yep. Like this is actually an ongoing process. But yes, these are literally the steps. So we're giving you the gold. We're giving you the gold here. Like you literally need to apply this and you'll see great results.
Gotcha. Yeah. Real quick, I don't usually take questions, but Shy Guy asked, so how do you send love? So is that kind of like, sitting down, meditating a bit, and just really sending love in your whole spirit to that person?
So, I have a daily meditation practice. I always meditate first thing in the morning. And I hope that a lot of you are adopting something similar where you have that daily time, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where you're going internal, right? But when you're doing that, it would be a time that you're in that place, you're internal, you're meditating. And then you're literally able to visualize your partner. Obviously, it's not going to be crystal clear exactly what they look like, but you have an idea and maybe you have your hand over your heart and you're just thinking, loving, peaceful thoughts, wishing them the best, sending them light, if you will. I hung out in California for too long. I say things like that, send them light.
I love this. I also love that the acronym for this is ARR.
Oh my gosh.
ARR. ARR. So if you need an easy way to remember it, just I'm a pirate.
So good. Oh my gosh, we are just, wow, we're already halfway. Yeah, so.
Up to you. What would you like to do? Would you like, we could talk about me a little bit. We could get up space pinup. What's she thinking?
Oh, that's right. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about Blake. Let's do some vulnerable coaching. Are you up for it?
Uh-oh. There's a lot of premieres in here. I don't know if you're seeing this. So I'm in front of a lot.
Are
you seeing that? Yeah, it's a lot of Queen Boss premiere, Beth premiere, Andy premiere, Leia premiere.
Premiere. So. How did that happen? Did you get married to like 7 people while I was gone? Like what happened?
There was, I think, some coordination to show some support for the premiere episode of the year.
Oh, I love that, y'all. That's great. I love it. That's amazing.
All right, let's do a couple minutes. Blake gets vulnerable.
Let's do it. You've got a lot of support.
Of the world. I feel very loved.
Support in here.
Very loved.
Let's do it. Okay, so if you and I were working on this and we were, working on rewiring your relationship blueprint, obviously the first thing I would talk to you about is awareness of some of your current patterns. So for you, do you have any that you're willing to share that you've noticed?
I've talked about it before. I think probably one of my biggest ones is just even getting started. So that failure of like, again. So just a lack of motivation. I'm so motivated in my personal life and my career, but even just finding, I feel like that motivation sometimes to even, show up on a dating app or show up, outside of that.
Drop a 1 in the chat, y'all, if you can relate, because I think this is highly relatable. If you can relate to, I just don't even want to date. I just don't even want to get on the apps.
Miss Grace, Andy, Queen Boss times infinity, Kiki. Some of my favorite people in the world right here.
Yeah, highly relatable, highly relatable.
So that's probably number 1. And then, yeah, I've talked about it before too. I'm still, I talk about it with Chris too. It's like it's so cool. Like we both have seen our lives continue to get better and better each year. We've seen ourselves grow and develop. And I still have a fear that like I will stunt my personal growth by getting in a relationship again. Vulnerable Blake. I'm saying it publicly. It's just a fear. It's just something I fear sometimes.
So I hear that. And as somebody who's done a lot of work with people in their relationships, you know what I immediately can tell is in your relationship template, you learned that being in a relationship meant you needed to sacrifice your needs for the other person.
100%. Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So when we have beliefs like that of, oh, I'm going to get in a relationship and then it's going to hurt my growth, it means that in your relationship template, there's some beliefs that are getting in the way. And the one for you is that if I'm in a relationship, I have to prioritize my partner above myself.
Yes. Also, yeah, I'm just so extroverted, and I think I've dated some introverts in the past, which is totally okay, but I've taken such the lead in planning things and making all the events, and it's just like I felt like I was always putting in so much energy. And often not being matched. It was always like, what's Blake planning for Friday and Saturday night? Like that was always the case in my past 2 long relationships.
So your relationship template is non-reciprocal relationships.
Yep, and I've been numbing myself ever since.
So this is such a good, this is such a good example of, okay, realizing like why you're avoiding, but then even going a level deeper. You know what I mean? Like
totally.
It takes, so that's why this takes a little bit of work. Like you're going to have to really think about it. You're going to have to allow yourself to go to a deeper level. So for you, Blake, then the question is, how do you want to feel in a relationship? Moving into that third step, right? Like, what does it ideally feel like for you?
I've always said it. We're on a cruise ship, New Year's cruise ship. It's allowed, the world has changed. We're on a cruise ship, and we are that couple at the bar, and people equally, actually, if not even more, want to talk to my future partner as much as they want to talk to me. And I want to be that couple. That's my dream. It's like we're that couple. We're both incredible people. We're both the fun couple. I just want a really fun life. I want us to both be social. I want us to be equal. If not, people want to talk to her more than me. Like I really want that kind of relationship. And I think about it on a cruise ship because that's just a fun place. Yeah.
Or Santa's sleigh.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be on the back of Santa's sleigh, and Santa's like, "Yo, Blake, you're cool, but I want to talk to Rebecca."
So, you know what I love about this? It's like you can picture it. It's really clear. Like this is a great example of being able to visualize.
Yeah.
And then also for you though, thinking about like emotionally, how do you want to feel? Oh my gosh! That's an actual thing.
Well, I am now picturing it. Watch out! It's going to come hit you in the face. Please be careful, Dr. Morgan. Please be careful. All right, nice. Yeah, that was close, but.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
But yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, that is my dream. It's how I visualize it. That's the definition of winning to me. If I can get to that point, I've won in my life.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Love Quest. Blake is talking about how he wants to feel in the ideal relationship.
Yeah.
So how do you want to feel emotionally though, right? Like you have this clear vision. Like what are some of the emotions?
Excited, not depleted. Again, in previous relationships, I want the opposite. And I'm very excited. Energy plus.
Energy plus. Yeah.
Yep, it's adding to me. I'm excited. I'm feeling spontaneous.
It sounds like also supported.
So supported. Yeah, exactly.
Like you want to support them, but you also want to feel supported. so that you can grow together.
Yeah, I want us to both be each other's biggest fans.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So that's important, right? Like these are things in step 3 that you would be writing this down. Like those are really important things to know.
I love it.
I love what Kiki just said.
Oh, what did Kiki say?
She said, I want Blake to feel like a fresh baked cookie that is warm and just melts in your mouth and makes you feel good.
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Yeah, that sounds great.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
True.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Blake, you're always the most vulnerable client, and I appreciate you. So thanks for sharing all of that.
I appreciate you so much. People pay so much money to have what just happened to me for free in front of everyone. So thank you, Dr. Morgan. Like
You're welcome.
You're the truth. I learn about how you're the truth every day. So thank you for even allowing me to do that with you.
Oh, what is this?
That's another yacht. We're going on a lot of vacations on this trip.
I think we were in Miami on that one, I have to say.
Oh my.
Okay, well, let's bring Space Pinup on. I am so excited to talk to her.
Me too, Space Pinup. Request the guest box. I think we make it in some ways easier on our guests because, like, you're getting me vulnerable. You know, we're laying the foundation off. So, real quick, what is something you're most excited to learn about from Space Pinup before I bring her up?
I think it's really great to hear people open up about the patterns they realize that they've had, just like what you shared. I'd be really curious for her to share any patterns that maybe she had in the past and has learned how to work through. And then also the thing that so excites me is the vision she has for her partnership.
Yes.
I want to hear both of those.
All right. One of the toughest moments of anyone's life. The penguin is even saying bye to you. It's like, all right, bye, Dr. Morgan.
I'll be back.
All right. We lose Dr. Morgan, one of the greats, but we bring up someone incredible. Space Pinup.
Hi, everybody.
What is up, my friend? How are you?
I'm great. Finally moved into my new place, so this is a nice little way to start the new year.
That's a way to celebrate. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the first question was what?
Yeah. So I'll recap it for you. Real quick, what have you thought of the show so far? Have you enjoyed it?
This is fantastic.
All right, cool. So the first question we had for you is, just talking about your dating patterns. Like, are you noticing, just like I was like talking about how I noticed some past dating, patterns. Like, are you noticing anything from your past that's coming up right now for you on your present journey to find someone special?
Oh yeah. I think a lot of people could relate to this. I take notes when I listen to things so I can talk about it later, kind of like a TED Talk, basically.
Yeah.
And when Dr. Morgan said, how do you show up in relationships? And the first thing I wrote was people pleaser.
Oh.
So who here has been a people pleaser? They know they're a people pleaser. They were raised to be a people pleaser.
Gabby. Spicy.
So when guilty, right? And I thought that was really interesting that Dr. Morgan brought up, how it comes from childhood.
Yeah.
So we talked about this one-on-one together, but I'll kind of rehash it.
Please.
I learned this through my own therapy. I think everyone should have a therapist, by the way. No one is above having a therapist, but I was subconsciously dating guys who were like my father. Not like my dad's toxic, but you shouldn't date your parent. That's just you shouldn't do that. And my therapist told me it's inevitable. You are going to date someone like one of your parents. It's
really?
Just going to happen because it's familiar.
Mm.
That's why.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? I'm like, well, that explains literally every single ex I've ever had. Just, right?
So yeah, because of that, you would always notice yourself trying to please that person in a way, just like you were kind of growing up. Got it.
Right. Because you know, if you're growing up as a people pleaser, you seek that validation from that parent. You seek that good job. I love you, you know, validation. You did something good. If I didn't hear it in a relationship, I did more. So
got it. So it was taking away from you establishing an actually healthy relationship, which is like not everything is worthy of your praise. You know, there are, yeah, but instead you were given 100. You were not getting it back all the time. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So have you done, because so for those who don't know, Space Pinup has an incredible banner show as well. She talks about horoscopes, and honestly, I think you also inspire people to become like better versions of themselves. So like, have you done any work like recently, or is there anything you can share of like stuff you've done to kind of help rewire your brain?
Yeah.
All right, talk to us, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think one of the reasons why I have the show.
Yep.
I've been into astrology, and at this point I'm a professional astrologist for about 7 years now, almost 10 years. Technically I started for 12 years, but I don't consider those previous years study. And here's the funny thing about, again, you're gonna date your parent. And I laugh at myself because it's just, people say ironic, I say it's coincidental, but then it's just kind of weird magic at that point. Every single one was a Cancer. My dad's a Cancer.
Wow. Okay.
Like just subconsciously. And then here it gets weirder. I've dated Capricorns, and my mother's a Capricorn.
You've only dated Capricorns and Cancers?
Capricorns, Cancers, and Leos. And Leos are like my grandfather, and Pisces, which is my grandmother. It's so weird.
Oh my.
It's not even like I tried. It just happened. It's not like I seeked it out. Not like you had to be this sign. Because here's the thing, and I tell people this in my stream all the time. Don't believe in that compatibility crap. Please don't. People are like, earth signs has to be with water signs. Fire signs have to be with air signs. Please do not listen to that. Please don't. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, wow, my therapist literally just like opened a gasket for me. But
so yeah, you can attack like that panther. You can attack the notion that that the compatibility signs are a real thing. I can fall in love. I'm a Sagittarius, so I can still. Yeah. There's hope for me to fall in love with a Virgo.
Oh, absolutely. I know a Sagittarius who's married to a Virgo.
Okay, good to know.
So you're good.
But so learning about the signs and kind of devoting yourself to this work has allowed you to kind of rewire, I guess, your previous patterns of being a people pleaser, solely focusing on that other person and not maintaining your value. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, and there was another point I wrote down too. Where was it? I wrote it. I had a pencil. My pencil broke, and then I have over here it's pen. So give me a second to collect my notes. There was another point that Dr. Morgan brought up, and I think it had to do. Yeah, it also had to do with how you recovered from it. Not only is it the astrology, but it's important to be single while you're doing this work. That was one of the notes that I wrote down. It is actually really important to stay single, not celibate. If you want to do your thing, do your thing. Right. But it's important to stay single because you need to put yourself basically in the corner. You need to put yourself in timeout until you can come out and actually interact with people where you feel like you can attract the person you want to attract. Because if you're not okay out in the world, you're only going to attract people who aren't okay. So I was doing that a lot because I was holding on to what she said, holding on to what I say, the baggage of my past relationships. I was bringing the past into my new relationships, thinking, you're going to do the same thing he's going to do because it already happened. Keep in mind, my mother said this a lot when I was a kid. So I also grew up, again, as a child, thinking that way, and I had to undo that myself. So there's a lot. But that was one thing I wrote down is stay single and meditate. I like that you said meditation because meditating really helped me.
2021 goal. I would love a accountability partner. It's got to be a beginner though, so we can be on the same journey together. I'm down. But yeah, I'm down. But really, I want to hone in on this. So really what you're saying is probably the main thing that helps you kind of rewire was, oh my, this is a great moment. Yeah, so you exploded like a rocket, man. So the thing that really helped accelerate, your learning was just not going, were you also, I guess you were going from relationship to relationship, and you finally kind of like took a pause from that and like focus on yourself.
Yeah, that was a big problem too. Yeah, I was a serial monogamist. I just just hopped off.
Oh, you were?
Hopped on to the next one. Didn't take any time, maybe a month in between. Not much. It was bad.
Gotcha. And this self-reflection time really helps you. Now, here's the question a lot of people are wondering, because they're like, Space Pinup, you are gorgeous. You are dope. You are super cool. Like, seriously, you are very incredibly eligible. Are you now open to finding love? Are you okay? So talk to us about that real quick.
It's open. I don't want to put, one of the things I used to do was put things on a timeline. Things had to be done at a certain time. I had to be engaged at a certain age. I had to be married at a certain age. All of this American dream, excuse my language, bukkake. Like, no. And I finally let go of that preconceived notion, right?
Yep.
Of, let things happen as they come. Because it takes a lot of anxiety off. And if you suffer from anxiety like myself, especially relationship anxiety, it's best to just let things happen. Don't predict, because it never goes well. And I'm a tarot reader, and I still say it never goes well. Okay.
So good. Space Pinup, before we bring back the world-class, famous Dr. Morgan, any questions that you have for Dr. Morgan to support your own personal love quest?
Well, that's tough. Let me think. A question. I don't think it's necessarily a question, but I think it would be really interesting to see what she thinks about this. Was me talking about the whole being single. Is there too long of a period? Is there too short of a period? When does it become, I guess, too late? I don't know. There's always that thought in the back of my head. So.
Love it. Space Pinup, I'm serious. You've been an incredible guest. I'm so lucky to have had you. Please tell the world, because it's honestly beneficial for people's lives. Like, when is your show? When can they find you? Talk to us.
Yeah, so I have a show every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I give you your weekly horoscopes if you're into that at the beginning of the stream. But if you missed it, throw on my Instagram. I also do a general card reading every single live at 500 views. So
right when they get to 500, boom.
Right when it gets to 500, I pull my cards out and I do a group shuffle, and what comes out comes out. If you want a personal reading in the live, it's $3K.
I love it. Anyone in this chat, if you've not done it already, please favorite Space Pinup. She is the truth. So lucky to call you a friend. Appreciate you coming on the show so much.
Everyone favorite Blake, please. If you haven't, everyone tell everyone about it. I'll see y'all later. I'll be in the comments.
Bye. Man, she is amazing. We're going to bring her back. Clinical psychologist, relationship coach, one of the best people in this world. Thank you, Audrey.
Hello.
Doctor. what did you think of the one, the only, one of the most unique people I feel like I've met on this app, Space Pinup? What'd you think?
Well, I love her. I mean, we met her before and I was so excited to have her on. She's great. So happy that she could come and be our guest. And I know that so many people resonated with what she shared. And it was really interesting because it is true, the whole piece about dating someone who's like your parent, talking about like where our patterns come from, where our template comes from. It comes from those early parental relationships. And if somebody really wants to learn out, maybe sometime I'll talk about this concept, repetition compulsion, which is this idea where we are repeating those same patterns over and over from our early parent relationships, hoping for a different outcome. That if we could just have a different outcome in our romantic relationship, it would make up for all those past childhood experiences. That's actually a Freudian theory. So anyways, I was totally into the fact that she shared it because it had me thinking about all of that. But I also really loved that she talked about the serial dating.
Yes.
Because when we're repeating patterns and then we're just, as soon as we break up, we're just finding another person to fill the void, we are essentially numbing and we're avoiding our internal work, and we're just continuing to fill the void, repeat the patterns, and we're avoiding doing the work. So it is true that it's super helpful if you find yourself in that place of repeating patterns to be able to be single and rewire and then get back out and date.
So Space Pinup's advice, you resonated with very much. Space Pinup was saying same thing for her, that she felt like when she actually was single, she kind of honed in on that part of her life is when she was able to do the work necessary to rewire.
I think you definitely need a break. If you're somebody who it's like, well, I'm never single. As soon as I'm single, I just call that person that's on the back burner. You know what I mean? Like, how many of you can relate to that? You always have somebody on the back burner. If you're one of those people and you just find yourself constantly in a relationship, it'd be really great for you to take a break. I will say this, though. You're never going to be fully healed, fully ready. Like, you're never going to get to this place of like, okay, I'm absolutely 100% ready. So part of the healing that we do is in relationships. So yes, take a break, but then you do have to get back out there and get in a relationship.
Yeah, I like that a lot, because Space Pinup's question, I believe, was about timeline, right? And like, what's a good timeline to, I guess, be single, or is it like anything too long? Like, did you have a answer for her? I think incredibly valid question.
It's really not, I mean, there's not like an exact timeline, because it's really about capacity. Like, you want to be able to feel into, how do I feel about the relationship with myself? Yeah. Do I feel like I have capacity for another human? Like, I want to give to someone. But here's what I want to tell you. This is something I've been thinking about a lot lately.
Talk to us.
If you cannot feel loved when you're single, you are not going to feel loved in a relationship.
Ooh, that's a mic drop.
So make sure that you feel loved as a single person, and you will create more of that love when you are in a relationship.
That's so good.
A relationship will only make you more of what you already are, right? Like, it's a multiplier for love.
That is so good. If you cannot feel loved when single, you will not feel good when in a relationship. That is wonderfully said.
I gotta make that a quote. I'm gonna put that on my Instagram, y'all. Come
100%.
Seriously, come hang out on IG. You'll see it.
That resonates so well. So
Yeah.
Space Pinup, what a guest. What a guest.
Oh, she was amazing. Girl, I wish you the absolute best on your love journey. You're deserving of an incredible partner. Yeah, exactly. Keep us updated. Let us know how you're doing with that. And I think it's time for you to get back out there. If you've been waiting, you definitely need to get back out there.
Space Pinup, you talk to us. Like, that is
You let
one
us know.
eligible bachelorette. Tell me.
How can we support you? We're ready to see this happen. We're ready to officiate a wedding, right, Blake?
Absolutely. Dr. Morgan, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Have you ever
playing from Blake's MacBook Air.
That's a question for you. Have you ever needed something so sad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried to find the words but they don't come out right? Have you ever? We had to bring some brandy. I had to bring a little brandy. She's talking to us right now, right? Make them understand.
So good. So good.
I love brandy. I had to hit you with the brandy. I had to do it. Okay?
So good.
Yeah, and Leia got in her feels. I knew it. We both love brandy. Because honestly, a question I get a lot is how do I attract the why do I keep dating people who won't commit? That is literally one of the questions I'm getting. For those just coming in, we're going over some of the top questions I've been receiving on healthy relationships, and one of the main ones I get is how do I keep dating people who won't commit?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that song brings so many memories to me. I actually did a live concert of it. I'm sure it's recorded somewhere. For my friends and family, I invited everyone over and I sang it.
What?
No, I know all the words. When I was 9 years old. Anyways.
I would love to see that.
Okay. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
I was very, yeah. Anyways, okay. Why do we attract people who won't commit?
Yep.
This is back to the theme of our show, your relationship blueprint. What is it that you're believing about relationships? What is it that you're bringing from past relationships into the present, right? Like the fears that you have or the anxieties. So you have to look at what you're believing. Do you have a template that says, I get to know somebody, it goes great, and the relationship works out? Or are you always starting the relationship, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for something to go wrong, and knowing that it's not going to work out? Where are you at? You got to get honest.
So good. So good. Yeah, Leia says I'm the last one. I know, I feel you. We've all been there. Okay, we got one more. We're just killing it on time. So I quickly jumped to the question part of this because we are already at 8 p.m. here on the West Coast. That is LA time, 11 on the Eastern time zone. We have done 1 hour of Love Quest. How are you feeling, Dr.
Amazing. I feel good. I feel good. I really want to get to the role play after this next question.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about we have a role play also. Do people want, I don't know if anyone wants to see the role play.
Drop a 1 if you want to see the role play with Blake. It's going to be an interesting one. We've never done one like this before.
Oh, okay.
People, yep.
Yeah.
All right, it's happening.
It does look like it's happening. I gotta talk to you, Dr.
For the ladies.
Ooh, this is a good song. Pretty girl rock. I gotta learn the dance moves.
Blake is doing the pretty girl rock.
I gotta learn the moves. You know, I like to.
It's almost the same moves as Pony, but not quite.
Not talk about publicly. So the question.
Thank you.
The question we get. Oh man, we get this a lot. We get this question quite a bit. And that question is, how do I attract the relationship I want? So it's probably actually one of the number one questions I've gotten time after time. Another great song. How do I attract the relationship I want?
Yes. So that's a lot of what we talked about tonight. And I think one of the things that we shared was, towards the end there was, you will not feel anything in a relationship that you can't feel as a single person. So you need to make sure that you feel loved, that you have a relationship to fill a void. You can expect it to add value to your life. You can expect to grow with somebody, to build with somebody. But when we're seeking something to fill a void or to make us feel loved, it doesn't work well. So to attract the relationship that you really want, become the person that you really want to be and become the person that you want to attract as well, right? Like if you want somebody who's loyal, who's a good communicator, who is, very affectionate, who wants to have fun, who's successful, etc., like be the person that you want to attract and put that out in the world, right? Yeah.
Love it. So good. For those just joining, it's okay. We just had we have a couple minutes left, but we've had an amazing episode here on Love Quest. We do the show every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, talking about love. This week's episode is about defining your relationship blueprint. Discuss 3 steps to do that: awareness, release and go, rewire your brain, other known as R. And yeah, we just talked about attracting the relationship you want. Man, we've done this has been a great episode, Dr. Moore. A lot of rich info.
We are just like starting the year out with a bang. This is a lot, for sure.
Seriously, like no one's walking the plank here. Arr. So,
oh my God. Blake has got like dad jokes today. Like, that's good.
I'm just saying, it's the acronym. I want people to remember what we talked about here. So I had
You're preparing for little Blakey.
Yeah, true. Maybe 2 little Blakeys.
Love it. Shall we jump into our role play before we wrap up?
Let's do it. Everyone, this is the world famous. We haven't done a role play in a while, so this is a role play PG sorts.
Yes. Blake gets to be my on-air Love Quest pretend boyfriend. It's very exciting.
Okay, so in this scenario, I'm your boyfriend?
We have been, let's say we've been dating. Actually, we're not like boyfriend, girlfriend. We've just been on a couple dates. We're getting to know each other.
Got it. We've done Olive Garden. We've done
Olive Garden.
What?
What level of woman am I? You take me to Olive Garden.
I'm just saying, great breadsticks. But yeah, true. Okay, so we went to Mama Fashizi's.
Okay.
Yeah, Mama Fashizi's. Great, delicious food.
Queen Boss is like, unlimited soup and salad, though.
Thank you, Queen Boss.
Okay.
Thank you, Hippie.
We all have our things.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on the date, and we're getting to know each other. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to share with you all the inner dialogue that I'm having So I'll be like inner dialogue, and then I'll say to you all what I'm thinking. Okay.
Perfect.
And action.
Hey, Morgan. So happy you joined me at Mama Fashizi's. You're looking great tonight.
I'm so happy that we get to go on our second date. Thank you. You look good too.
Me too. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think so too.
So, wow. So I know last time we just had a quick coffee date and you told me a little bit about what you do for work. But what about like your family, your past relationships? Like, let's get into the juicy stuff. Tell me about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a wonderful family, 2 incredible parents, most loving parents you've ever met. So very fortunate for that. Past relationships have been a little rocky, to be honest. I've always felt like I'm putting out all the energy and not getting it reciprocated, and that's kind of been something I've experienced with a lot of my past relationships.
Okay, inner dialogue. Okay, so here's inner dialogue. He's lying that he has a great family. He probably has a terrible family. He's saying that he put in all the work. I bet his exes put in all of the work, and he's just saying that I don't trust this guy at all. He's probably going to be just like my ex, who seemed like a nice guy in the beginning and then turned out to be a total jerk and cheated on me with 3 people. Okay, action. Wow, you have a great family.
My family's so nice. Amazing. Yeah, love my family. The waiter's like, sir, keep it down. Yeah. How about you? How about your relationships?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I feel like I just wanted to date someone who was nice and who, would show up and be the guy that I could build a life with. Unfortunately, the last guy I dated thought that being exclusive meant that he could still date 2 other people while we were together. So it was really hard.
Wow. He thought he could date 2 other people while dating you? That is unacceptable in my book. And, here in this beautiful setting at Mama Fashizi's, like, I would like to say, like, that is not cool. I do not believe in that. I believe in one woman. I believe in that. Yeah. And that is something I am absolutely committing to right here, right now.
Okay, so you are the kind of guy that when you're in a relationship, you are monogamous and you're not seeing other people?
Absolutely. Monogamous. Yeah, exactly. One person at a time, as it should be. Although, Sorry, I do agree. To each is their own, by the way. If you establish something up front, that's okay. I'm not hating you if you establish that up front. However, if you go into this with the conceit, like, we're going to have a monogamous relationship and then you don't honor that, I find that to be incredibly off-putting and wrong.
Okay, so inner dialogue. Maybe this guy is telling the truth. I really should work on challenging my thoughts that come from my past relationships. Maybe I can give him a chance and continue to get to know him and have no expectations. Well, Blake, I'm glad that you feel that way, because I feel the same way too. If I say that I am in something with somebody and we are dating and we're official, I'm really not interested in anyone else. I want to make sure that I'm putting my energy where it needs to be, which is in the relationship.
No, I love that. When I go to sleep in my queen size bed, and I go to sleep, and I sleep at night, I'm making sure I'm being a better person every day.
I have a queen size mattress too. Oh my gosh, we're compatible.
Is that scene? Are we still going?
We're done.
We're done. For those just coming in, Bud Lightning Great to see you. You just came in. That was a role play scenario that was done for the benefit of the people. And thank you. Yeah, we were just talking about the internal dialogue that sometimes goes in someone's head. And like for Dr. Morgan to say, I didn't have a great family. Wow. That hurt.
Well, and I know you did. You have an amazing family, but I was trying to show, obviously I was I was exaggerating the internal dialogue because I wanted you all to kind of just get an idea of the crazy thoughts that can come into our head when we're impacted from our past. So I was definitely exaggerating that internal dialogue, but it's an example of like all of the crap that can come from your past relationships that has nothing to do with the experience that you're having in the moment.
Question for you. So what advice do you have? Let's say you're on a date, this person is potentially great, and you notice yourself in that situation. You notice yourself with those thoughts coming up. Any advice like, oh, okay, I might be answering this, but please, from the expert perspective, is that why you need to do the work beforehand to like anchor yourself, for example, to maybe, have something where if you put your fingers together, that puts you in a calm state? And like, is there anything you can do if you notice yourself in that situation to rewire yourself quickly and allow yourself to be present?
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the best things you can do is give yourself some compassion. Like you notice the thought and then you say, oh, wow, there's that thought. It's because of my past experience. Like I'm sending you so much love that you had to go through that experience. And let's remember, this is a new human. And remember that key phrase I taught you guys today. My past experiences in relationships do not determine my future relationships.
Yep.
So that's a great spot for that phrase. So compassion, insert a mantra, come back to the present moment, and just remind yourself, I am curious about this new human who's in front of me. And I'm gathering data and I'm going to allow myself to get to know them and let them show me who they are. I'm not going to make assumptions about who they are.
So good. So good. Man, what a show. I cannot believe it's 8:13 here on the West Coast, 11:13 on the East Coast. Like, we've been rolling along.
We have been.
So something new, Dr. Morgan, I'd like to, thanks to the help of some community member, the most amazing Queen Boss, Marilyn. She helped. We now have a Google form on my Instagram. So we have so much going on. I would love to take more questions. And so now if you go to my Instagram, Blake Meet Me, I have the link to submit a question for our show. So that is live right now. So if you have a question, you didn't answer it, you got something you want to ask us, please submit it. We will legitimately get to like help get that in the next show, and we'll combine it with some music. So we do it in a really cool fashion.
I love it. Thank you so much for getting that set up. That was Queen Boss.
Queen Boss.
Amazing. She's incredible.
Anything as we wind down? Any last, how would you like to leave us? Such a rich episode with such incredible content. Talk to us.
I'd love to do where we actually ask people what their top takeaway was from tonight.
Yes.
But I always think that's really great. So yeah, if you've been here with us through the show, or no matter when you joined, if you got something of value from what we talked about, can you drop a takeaway of yours in the chat? I would love to see what those takeaways are from tonight.
I love it.
Yeah. Look at your past relationships.
We go. Yeah. Let's go with hippie. Okay, look at your past relationships. I like that. Trophy. Thank you so much. Great show. Melise Premier. Self-care first. Savvy Shoes. Send love out there. Even I love that one. Savvy Shoes and I are in the same boat. Send love out there, even if you haven't met them yet. That's one of my top ones.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stacy, so much for putting your info. Lovely says putting love out there for your future partner. Okay, yeah, that that was like so high level. Ooh, Queen K. Be the person you want to attract. Use your Queen Boss. Use your past relationships as lessons, not mistakes.
Amen.
Hippie, don't date guys like your dad.
Yep.
Is that true? You really don't want to? Okay, got it. Leia says, don't worry if I date all Virgos. It's my relationship blueprint that is my problem. Lucky Queen, don't make assumptions about someone new. Your past relationships do not determine your future ones. Perfect. Look at them, but don't let your negative thoughts ruin potential new relationships. And when you caught yourself with negative thoughts, and give yourself self-love. Whew. Those were fantastic.
So many good ones.
Seriously.
So many good ones. I'm like, wow, yes. You all were listening. Just to clarify, when we say like don't date somebody like your dad, the idea is if you had a really challenging dynamic with your father growing up, you don't want to repeat that same dynamic with somebody. But by all means, if you had a good relationship with your dad, or you have a great dad, you might date somebody like your dad and it's totally fine. It's only problematic if it's a difficult dynamic that you're repeating.
Yep.
If your dad wears socks with sandals, you can date somebody that wears socks with sandals. My dad wears socks with sandals, so I'm just saying it might happen.
Dr. Morgan, that is a show. So good.
I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you so much. Seriously, I got legitimately tons of excellent stuff. For those who want to keep in touch with you and get more Dr. Morgan in their lives, how can they find you?
Best way to find me is on Instagram at Dr. Morgan Coaching. And also, as Queen Boss has been lovely enough to put in the chat, you can check out our podcast. It's the Let's Get Vulnerable podcast. We have 2 episodes every single week. It's super high value information. So Let's Get Vulnerable. The podcast is available everywhere.
So good. Dr. Morgan, she does do you do private sessions?
Occasionally I will. If that's something you're interested in, you can definitely send me a DM on Instagram, or send me an email. All
right. All the love in my heart for you. Appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you so much. I appreciate this community. We are starting out 2021 strong, and I can't wait for next week.
Bye, Dr. Morgan.
Bye.
Man. How lucky are we? We are seriously some incredibly lucky people that we get to spend an hour and 15 minutes of our lives with Dr. Morgan. Man, is that cool. I'm telling you, she's 100% the real deal. I listened to her podcast. It's called Let's Get Vulnerable. And if you're going for a walk, seriously, put that in. It's like usually 15 minutes. My notes are so messy and they're very personal to me. But listen to her podcast. It is absolutely incredible. That was a show. I hope you guys loved it. I loved it. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Spicy, I will address that before I leave. She asked, do you take notes while walking? That I actually do not do. I would run into everyone. Can you put up 3 questions on Instagram? Yes. I will make sure to try to do that to the best of my ability. And again, I 100% say, yeah, you guys have to have a notebook. I'll talk to Dr. Morgan about our love quest. Oh, okay. You know what? Here's your love quest. Here is your love quest for this week, is to do your relationship blueprint a little bit, maybe. Or maybe do your relationship inventory. That's your love quest, a relationship inventory. So write down some of your write down your relationships in your life, and then kind of take stock on how they impacted you, positive, negative, all kind of stuff like that. Give that a shot. I can link maybe a post from Dr. Morgan on that for a little bit. Mr. Motivation, my buddy, good to see you. That is it. I'll be back same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Love Quest. We will be back again. And all the love in my heart for everyone in this chat. Thank you guys so much. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great night.